earlier.
I got nothing to say.
About gyro ban.
Like in this draft. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
So this time, you guys don't want to see him middle, right?
No.
Correct? Or do you,
Yeah.
BSJ? Do you care?
I'd much as prefer to see it offlane.
Yeah, and we were talking about that during the break, but to the viewers, like, the Tiny seems incredibly strong with this Blink, Shadowblade, Echo. All those items increase, you get a power spike, and after that, you fall off. There's no sustained damage that ever really comes out of your hero. You're very cooldown dependent. You get 5 charges of your tree, like, that's it. As an offlaner, it feels like that's enough, and you have 2 cores you're making space for. When you play it as mid, it just feels like one hero becomes a liability once you hit that middle late game stage, 30 plus. And there's also too much survivability in all the enemy heroes for you to reliably one-shot anything.
So what are they putting middle on Liquid?
You wait for the last pick.
Because you have it, you can... I mean, you can honestly write Wraith King and Ursa. They can play smart. I know you guys think Ursa's guaranteed to be a core, but since you have last pick, you can just... You pick what you want, right?
I remember playing with Fear. I would always be like trying to theory craft, okay, if they do this, we do this, blah, 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 blah. And he would just be like, be quiet for about 20 seconds and in the middle of the blab, and he'd just be like, hey, why don't we see what they pick?
Turns out that didn't work too well for you guys.
Hey.
That guy did win a TI.
Yeah.
He did.
There's
and
a reason.
He's here right now in Sumail's
exactly.
honor.
There's a reason he's .fear, man. That guy's a legend. Shout out to Fear. A lot of time spent on this last ban. You obviously have your 2 cores. It's just a question of, that's a great ban. That is a great ban. I
can't believe they didn't prioritize it higher, to be honest. But
I think that it makes sense, though, because when you're playing against, it's too easy to counter an AA, I feel. Especially when you already have a Weaver. Like, you just pick some hero that gets on top of these supports and kills them, and the sustain from your Wisp is going to be too much.
Oh.
It's a solid last ban, though.
I guess we're going to find out what EG wants, at least first. Will a Tiny be middle again for Sumail? I mean, we saw he did dominate the CS charts, but unfortunately he died, and he was down about 400 gold, because, I mean, as a Tiny versus that Clinks, right, 0 armor, you're just healing self, healing self, healing self.
And that's, I would say, if Sumail had a weakness, it's that he's always willing to buy regen when necessary to stay in lane. And he'll sometimes overdo it, and I think in that game he used like 5 or 6 salves in the first 4 to 5 minutes. Like, that's a heavy investment. That's 2 creeps.
I think Invoker still looks very good for Liquid as well.
Team Liquid's turn to pick Miranda.
Mirana,
still look
solid.
good after Mirana.
Yep. It's just a standard EG hero. One of the highest win rates in the tournament. We've discussed it many times on this cast. 4 abilities, great talents, tons of utility.
Who's playing what? Before we see, give me your take on the cores of EG.
I think it's going to be S4 Tiny.
10 seconds remaining.
And then it depends on the mid matchup, which hero Sumail takes. I think it's more likely it's Sumail Mirana. I think that's probably one of his best 3 heroes right now. I think Mirana Storm fit his playstyle and the meta perfectly, and I really like watching him play them.
Now for Liquid, anything that just, whoa, that's a good hero.
The only one that stands out is Invoker to me.
Okay.
But
it's very possible.
I don't see... I mean, I never really expect...
There you go.
That's the first time I think I've ever predicted Team Liquid's drafts, because they're on a whole nother wavelength than these other teams, especially in the drafting. And not necessarily saying they're the best drafting team in the world, but saying that they can make anything work. They understand these heroes in weird ways that I feel like a lot of other players don't.
Who's going to be the other support, though? Is it Ursa, Wraith King, or Weaver?
It's Weaver here.
You think it's a 5-position Weaver?
Dude, look at
against Tiny, it's a 5 Weaver, yeah.
I love how just Miracle's playing both.
No one knows what's happening.
And you know Chris playing IO.
Come on, GH picked the Wear Spear. We know that's happening.
That's true.
Fly CM, his favorite hero in Dota for the last 8 billion years.
Is it?
Miracle Invoker. Yeah.
And EG
Not Phoenix.
learned the hard way that you're not allowed to swap.
Phoenix, but CM Phoenix, those are his big 2. TI5, he would play CM every game.
Arteezy Necro.
Yep.
There's no swapping. What you see is what you get.
Yeah.
I hope they remember that.
Yeah, no, and that's why the viewers need to understand that, yes.
Mind Control Weaver.
Oh, it's 5-position Wraith King. Like I said.
All right. I don't mind it. This is something only Liquid seems to still have a lot of faith in. This was how EG played soon after TI7. This dual melee support roaming, where you don't have a traditional 5 or this int spellcaster that a lot of the other teams utilize. You just have 2 heroes that run around and enable your 3 cores that are all self-sufficient and independent. And in this sense, they both have Sunstrike set up, which is excellent when you consider you're playing with arguably the best Invoker in the world, although SCCC would certainly give him a run for his money based on what we saw today. Yeah, exactly.
And we're just going to see Xord Invoker this game, right?
I would say so,
No
yes.
Claw Swags. Okay. So, you see the heroes. We're going to hop right into it. But, man, whose draft do you guys favor? Does that mean you favor Liquid's draft a little, or do you like the more comfort picks from Evil Geniuses?
I like Team Liquid's draft again this game. I think the Invoker has a hard time being bursted other than the Tiny combo, and unless they have follow-up, I don't think it's going to be enough. And Ursa, I don't know how to explain it in this case, but Ursa just feels like a really nice core Ursa game. Like, he's not going to be your win condition, but Ursa Invoker is a classic combo because Ursa enables the early to mid-game aggression, while Invoker will make use of your space very well and scale into the late game. And the Roche combined with the team fight and just pick, like, I feel like those two heroes just complement each other really well.
You see RTZ asking, level 1 Roche? No, yes.
Yeah.
And we just see some... Isn't that great, though? The highest level of Dota, but it's friendly banner. But you know once the game's starting, they're going to win. It doesn't matter how much you like someone.
Matumbaman tweeted out before the tournament started that the scene just feels like a bunch of friends getting together to play some Dotes and $25 million. And I think that's one of the more accurate ways to describe this tournament, where at this point, I think we've probably spent more time with each other as the Dota community than we have anyone else in our lives. So it's safe to say we're all friends here.
Yep. Do you see Sumail? He throws his tree into the road pit. He's like, all right, we were memeing, but we've seen no one on the map yet.
But that's like the least you could possibly commit to check Roche, you know? It's like, we weren't really worried about it, but just in case.
Because what if they actually were doing it? But I look at this and say, I like the early aggression at the rune from Liquid. They are hiding. They still have they seen GH? Can they see him there?
I believe so.
Well, they see him.
Crit
making the play potentially on Urza, who does have Fury Swipes level. That's odd. Most of the time you see people hold the point, but both teams going to get 2 runes. And the thing about the Necro lanes and IO, like, and even more so when they're both together, they just sustain through pretty much everything. So the only way to deal with that is to kill them. So it's not particularly shocking from what we've seen in the tournament against heroes like Enchantress to just tri-lane them. We talked about this the other day, and I really like this decision by Liquid. They're doing the same thing they did last game, where they cut the creep wave, forcing Arteezy to TP to tower, as you're seeing now. Crit can just tether to him, so that's not all that bad.
It's a really cool move, though, that they commit 3 heroes just to force the TPs, and then we'll see if they did what they did last game, where Crow just TPs the bottom now.
It's GH actually looking to be maybe roaming. Man, we have not seen a roaming hero in a long time, but Earthspirit obviously not the best laner, right? That's why the hero has fallen off. He likes to roam a little bit more. What do you do with
He's
Earthspirit?
courier hunting.
He is.
And you know why? Because they recognize that once again, Sumail goes for the fast bottle on Tiny, so he's going to be rushing it out as soon as he has
And
the
if he
CS.
snipes it before the bottle gets there, that's GG in the mid lane.
So he's willing to... How long are you willing to wait here for? 2-3
You know he's
minutes?
going to use the courier. I think you can invest at least another 30 seconds to a minute here.
You'd think Sumail has to know, right? They have to be telling him, GH isn't top, and he's like, well, is he bottom? No, he's not bottom.
We'll
You got to
see.
be thinking of it. Well, maybe
I don't know.
not.
Maybe he's used the courier a lot. I mean,
it's
maybe
taking a bad angle.
Oh, the base, come
Here
on.
we go.
Oh,
Dun.
GH is... Nah, he's
GH?
gone.
Oh,
He's coming middle instead. He does have roll. He will actually just whip, and look at it. He got nervous on the courier. Sent it back, but he will get in. Looks like it'll go bottom after this. We got some salves and wards, or maybe not. So middle, it's 9-3 versus 4-1. This is to be expected. Tiny does not really lose the first early waves. Top lane,
wow.
Arteezy in a lot of trouble. Arteezy's dead. Kuroki was trying to give him a
that
Tumba.
was... He went no points in Thunderclap. He just ran at him with Overpower and got the full 8 hits off. Wow, that's a lot of damage, though. Nice body blocking by Kuro to set up that kill.
And that means you have to go level 2 Ghost Route in this lane, right?
Yeah.
You can't go greedy Heartstopper. So bottom lane, the only other lane we haven't talked about is going to be the S4, who plays a very more carry-oriented in the offlane with his Mirana. Gonna go against Weaver, who is level 3. He is solo, right? So he's been getting a ton of experience.
They had no sentry on the Crystal Maiden, so he was able to reliably Sakuchi for CS.
Yep, and to your point, like, yeah, GH didn't get much done. Nice deny by Miracle there, but the Weaver, because of no sentry, is able to just lane here by himself, no problem. CM Mirana is more of a harass-focused lane. They can't actually threaten kills until later levels.
They did plant a sentry now, but I think it's a little too late.
Yep.
Up top, again, you see it, Matumba, man. He is not afraid to just run at either of these.
Who needs Morbid Mask on Ursa when you just have a Wraith King? He actually took the second level in Vampiric Aura.
And IO is just dead. Oh,
Wow.
almost gets away, but almost is not good enough. Croaky actually just picks it up. I believe it's a Wraith Fire.
That's such a cool concept. He stacks the mangoes too, and a ton of regen for both players. But the early Vampiric Aura is great in the event that the Heartstopper gets skilled. Like, it's just sustain against these two range heroes. And Necro, he doesn't kill you, he just whittles you down and out regens you, and it's very difficult to do that in this case.
And this is looking like a great start from Liquid. They're up more than 1,000 gold, only 3 minutes in. Mind Control, very high level, because GH just was kind of chilling around. Mind Control will take a ton of damage. This might be a kill. Oh, he gets the stick up. He needs 2 more attacks. I believe he salves. Will it be enough? They go. The sentry is still there, but it won't be in time. And instead, GH kills Fly on the backside. And wow, Liquid
Score's in trouble too.
just playing so well. Will that be a double? It will. But I think he might just get run at the Sunstrike. That would be even worse. He gets it for EG. They're not
salves
feeling
him.
good. Yeah.
Oh no, GH used it on himself. Mind Control likes to TP back to
Yeah, he
base.
had no mana. It was the right decision.
Wow, and look at this. Liquid is just playing so well right now. Out of their mind. Regen bottom, by the way.
And that's the difference between, I would say, Liquid. Oh, hang on.
Middle. Sumail's in a little bit of trouble. Look who's coming. It's the Forged Spirit from the other side. Body blocks from Kuroki. It's going to be a toss back. Sumail, is he going to live? Oh, he dodges the boulder. There's no way you live there. No. A nice dodge, but way better play from Liquid in general.
Yeah, Liquid and VP seem to have very creative and adaptive ways they draft and play. EG, VGJ, Storm, they identify their strengths, their strong drafts, specifically the openers, and they build upon that, but they don't seem to have that same flair. It'll be interesting to see as this tournament develops which ideas win. I mean, would you ever see Fly buying a Radiance on Phoenix?
Probably not. I don't think Fly would ever get that farm, or would his team let him get that farm.
Probably not.
And now GH, he will get slowed up. Can he roll? It's going to be a nice kick. It hits
Big
2, and now
bugs.
Mind Control's here. It is going to be a freeze. He has Sakuchi in 2. The Sunstrike will completely miss, barely, but Fly probably going to die to the bug. He does. And now
Bounty runes.
Sumail, he needs to kill this. And yeah, you see it, Mind Control. He's going to scoop up a rune top. It looks like it's just going to be rune after rune for Liquid. Well, GH does go down to S4, but Mind Control,
Yeah,
he's
up
just
top,
running.
Sunstrike's
Yeah, they're
still on
diving.
cooldown.
They cut the trees with the Quelling Blade, or with the Tango, excuse me, from the Wraith King, allowing them to get the wrap around on the Wisp. And even though they don't kill them here, I think overall they're happy with this trade.
They're just trading because their Shrine's active.
Yep.
It's really smart play from Liquid. They just get as much as they can off. Oh, Sunstrike?
Oh, it's going to be there, plus the
Wang.
boulder from GH just to help out. And just the roaming. I thought you guys get... Isn't roaming dead? Doesn't seem to be dead here.
It's the way that Liquid plays. I wouldn't say it is roaming. They're roaming as a way to help secure their cores, their lanes. They pick very strong, independent laners, and especially when they have Invoker, they almost always employ this 2 melee stunner support duo to just set up Sunstrikes. Like right there, like that's just a free kill for an Invoker, and it was easy peasy.
Yeah, oh, he does dodge the Sunstrike, and now Crit's going to be here to help out. Will they be able to get GH? It's going to hit Miracle, actually, and GH might get away because he won't get slowed. There's another toss, can't go for it. A nice rotation. While these kills are great, the whole roaming thing, you do see the gold lead actually went down.
True.
It's only 1,000 gold now for Liquid. So
It's just because of this bottom lane. It's still 2v1,
Yeah.
and even though Weaver had a good start, once CM Mirana gets to this level, the harass becomes very difficult for MC to sustain through.
look at this tower. It is getting beaten down by the siege creep right now. In comes Kuroki. Do we have anyone from the backlines? We sure can. GH get a double stun? No, he's just going to kick Fly back. Get rid of that aura. GH, though, is going to die, and S4 gets the kill. Kuroki gets the kill on the other side, and maybe you want someone else to get that, but a
He got it from the dot on his Q. He actually walked
done it.
straight past on purpose, but
He did the one top, too, as well. He's just getting these, I don't know, lucky for him, unlucky for the rest of his team. Now, middle, just Miracle versus Sumail. And Miracle, he is winning. It's very even in CS,
Yep.
but almost a full level up on the Invoker right now.
yeah, it's just so hard. Once you get to this phase, especially his Exort Invoker, look how hard he's hitting. 130 base damage at this point.
Yep, and They're both up there. The problem is, guess what? Is Tiny. You don't really have armor. Luckily, you do now, but backside flying Kuroki. They're just gonna run at each other. Sumail's gonna come over and help. GH is here. Sunstrike. He's gonna hit, but Kuroki again will end up getting the kill. It's gonna be a toss into the air. He has another stun, but look at it. It's S4 TPing in. This guy's pretty strong. He does have it. The Ghost Walk goes off. Do they have any detection? Doesn't look like it.
The raindrop to save.
He's gonna go. Can they get Kuroki? They're committing a lot of time to try to get him. They did see him at the last second, so they're going to continue going. He tosses him on over. S4. Oh, if he gets denied here, he does.
Dude, Christ.
The toss kills the tree to allow the creep in, and that's a rough rotation for S4.
All part of the plan. You could see him place himself near those trees.
Knowing the radius of exactly how far the trees will break, and all calculated.
How do you have vision there, by the way? How do you toss him over? I didn't think he had the vision.
Just
I thought it was
weird
being
daytime things.
Okay. S4. He's getting a right click. Flies here. Trying to bait in. Gonna use a raindrop charge and Sunstrike. Oh. Just toss him out, right? There's no reason not to go for that one.
I really like the build of Miracle as well. Just treads Aquila Wand. Gives him the optimum amount of survivability against heavy burst damage matchup. And then he's just going to go for the axe.
And he already had the raindrops too.
Yeah.
So he's even committed more to just making sure he continues sustaining and remaining above burst level of the Tiny.
We see Fly. Wants to maybe make him use his ulti, and he might, but he's going to die for it. And no, what? Oh. Okay, he's going to bottle up wall. He's
All
doing
in the sentry.
A lot of damage. There's a sentry. He doesn't get the double star. So the arrow flies out. And S4, he is getting some kills. He's the only one. He is on a killing spree.
Oh, they're roaching.
3 kills. They are roaching very early with...
And you see Arteezy just pinged it out. He knows these two heroes can certainly do this. Lifesteal Aura, as you said, no morbid mask required.
Yeah, and, well, they're going to go in. Oh,
he has ult with the next overpower, 3 seconds.
Oh my goodness. They can't. They
I
know
think
Reaper's sight
you can
is here.
commit.
Can you?
Yeah, with the ult. Oh, you know, don't get bashed.
Bashed though.
Oh my god, the bash,
He might
dude.
just get ultied. He's gonna get ultied right here by Arteezy. See you later,
That
Alex.
bash, man. He would have actually stolen his entire life, like health pool back with those Fury swipes. He had 24 stacks, hitting for an extra 500 damage with his ult. Or sorry, excuse me, 900 damage with his ult.
So it's a lot of
lot.
damage.
It is a lot. Yeah.
It just, that's why I was like, you can't commit, because you got to assume the worst is going to happen, right? Or no? You just play balls to the wall.
He got bashed on first hit from Roche after he ulted. I think
That's
that's
worst
just
case
really
scenario.
unfair.
So are you saying that it was a misplay, or do you think he just got a...
Oh my God. Miracle God. Miracle God is just playing out his mind, but middle lane, no. Sumail does a little dance, believes it's rolling. The meteor is going to hit, but he won't run over it. Meanwhile, can he live? Crit's coming in. Will it be in time? I don't think it will. It won't be. And now,
Weaver's
is
here.
he in trouble? Yeah, Crit's going to go down as well. From a save to missing it to a double kill. Miracle takes a lot of damage, but he's juggling the orbs on him.
Dude,
And they smoke on top of a dire ward.
Yep.
But that's...
it's an interesting smoke.
Yeah. I
Yep.
think he just wants to rotate to top as quickly as possible, but EG, since they see it, they're not going to...
Oh, I need to be careful. Can he just die right here? He looks like he might
that kick.
Wow. There it is. He's going to sunstream. He's not dead yet. Gets the nuke off. He's still alive. He's going to get healed. GH is going to go down. Fly actually gets the kill. Mind controls. You're like, thanks. I get a little more gold, and he's just going to run away.
This is all setting up the mid push, though. He's just alacritating the catapult, even though it has no health.
Yep.
Relocate behind them in the mid lane, and the tornado disengages for a while, but that's just a level 5 Wraith King. I don't think that's...
But
He
he's
did that on
running
purpose.
gold for
Kuroki
RTC.
gave his life for the team,
Yeah.
because in the meantime, Ursa's just pressuring top all by himself.
Going for a Blink Dagger has it in 700 gold. When you're not the core aspect of your team, meaning that you are the Ursa where you have this Invoker scaling into the late game, you just rush this Blink as soon as possible. He doesn't need like a Morbid Mask, as we've already seen from the Wraith King aura. So he's going to be able to threaten kills on a lot of heroes of EG. Like even CM, like you can't protect yourself because you can just ult off the Frostbite.
S4, he's going to take a lot of damage. Just Bug, obviously, doing a ton. He's going to leap over. He has a teleport scroll, but he doesn't want to use it, and GH might punish him for that. He still has 2 leaps, as well as his ulti just coming off cooldown. And now Double Star Storm will go out. Uh-oh, he's going to get silenced up, though. He does have 3 wand charges. He's going to miss. He has to leap that way. He had another leap, though, and, well calculated by S4. If GH hits that...
Bottom.
What a silence,
Oh,
though.
can Tiny, is he going to look for him? Nah, he's going back middle. So why is
I'm paying attention here.
Why has Sumail been getting Blink Dagger last game and this game instead of Shadowblade?
I think the previous game against the Veno, it was a rough decision. This game, it makes sense just because you can kill the Earth Spirit and initiate on the Invoker. You have a lot of follow-up thanks to the Arrow and the CM. It's just the mid-Tiny in general just feels odd. At this point, he's pretty much playing as the 3, but I feel like Sumail would be so much more valuable to his team on the Mirana versus the Tiny.
And we see, I mean, it's a 14-6 lead kill-wise for Liquid, but it's getting very close to being in EG's favor. Well, is it just because Liquid, I mean, if they commit for a gank, they have to, like, get it, or else they're just wasting a lot of time, right? Which they have been doing. And
I mean, they're playing against 3 heroes on EG. All 3 cores, as always, can farm effectively, and they have CM Aura and Wisp. So you're going to get out lane shoved, you're going to get out farmed, but you can find kills far easier with your 2 stunning supports.
I know he's at the camp.
Yeah,
Hastrun and Dust. They have Dust.
So Red King with ult though.
Now. So you want to get the, you definitely want to at least take this down. Looks like they might just give him up. No, they're not. GH is going to roll. Is he level 6?
Oh,
he sure is. He's going to pop it off. And now they're just going to kill GH instead, though. A lot of damage done, but not terrible. Miracle does get the tower, and Mind Control's farming bottom. S4 just going to TP away.
Oh, he dodged it.
But Arteezy gets a kill. My bad for missing that one. Luckily, I'm not the obs. And Matumba Man, he goes down, and now look at this. IO, they just get the kill. Now Arteezy, this dude is, he's getting a lot of gold.
This is the strength of the Necro. You just play so aggressively, especially with the Wisp behind him. You can't take him down. I love the choice to go 4-staff into Veil. You have optimum stats. He's about to hit his level 10 talent for 40 damage, and he hits hard. And you can't really deal with this Necro on the side of Liquid. You're the Invoker's the real counter to him, but you don't. Invoker's not a hero that's going to thrive at this stage of the game. You play for like level 25 on this hero.
Yeah. They do have, at least you do have the G. You got silence and stun, but if Arteezy good positioning with crit.
Look at the warding as well.
Yeah, they're sitting on top of a ward on the 2 supports. They were debating smoking. It looked like they had it in their inventories.
They see another TP.
They see this entire thing. Are they just going to smoke immediately? Oh,
they're going to go in for the kill. This is going to be an easy one on Kuroki, and Fly from the high ground gets a decent amount of damage and slow before he gets stunned by GH.
DD on Tiny, and that's just these fortunate runes for Sumail are enabling these plays. The last smoke, they smoked because they had that haste rune, and that's just opportunistic decision making that you have to be able to capitalize on those type of advantages.
This game feels 4v4, right? Mind Control and S4 are both just sitting bottom farming. Like, isn't one of these guys just going to come out and all of a sudden, wow, he's farmed?
This little plays like S4 scans, knows that there's enemies at the rune. I guarantee he's going to just cut this wave real quick and then get out of dodge, or maybe just hide in trees. We'll see. But he continues to play the offlane, as you said, and the 4 wards, just a line of control so that EG can continue to play in this top Radiant Shrine area.
That's 5 wards.
Yeah, it also defends Roche. Yeah, they're 5 wards.
Holy smokes. That's a lot of vision, and S4, as you said, just plays bottom, so he's the ward bottom. Yeah, that's 6 wards.
You have to play this area as Dire. One of the big advantages of Radiant is that you have a much easier path to Roche, and they have Ursa Wraith King. You need to maintain control in this space, because an early Roche just removes your ability to take fights for a little while.
BSJ, I know you saw him throw that tree and miss the CS with his tree.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say anything, but, you know.
It's close to his blink. He actually needed that, right? He's only 200 off that blink. You got to... I know it's the little things, but little things add up to big things.
It's true.
Yeah. That last time I checked my addition, but what I see here from the offlaners is what we saw last series, where the offlaners are enabling the rest of their team to play the way they are because they're basically counter-pressuring each other. Like if one offlaner was doing this and the other wasn't, then you'd have a tough time making maneuvers around the map.
Arteezy, he's a little bit out of position. He has the 4-step though. Gonna go in Viz, and now they're gonna try to turn it, and I think Liquid knows something's up.
Look how hard
it's a Veil.
Oh.
Isn't quite enough damage though. And the Ursa turns his butt. He has no ability to follow up on this if he gets the Ghost Shroud off, and there's no Reaper.
That's another advantage is room for Sumail.
Yeah, but they don't want to dive into base. Probably a smart decision, diving the base at 16 minutes in.
Yeah, it's insane. Like, Liquid played this properly, waiting till they could amass their entire team before going up into this top shrine area, but Arteezy already took that top tier 2 to 300 health, so now it's just finished. And they loop back for the mid tower, they all of a sudden have total control in this area, and EG jumps out to a 2k lead.
And we're seeing the accelerations / enabling items on Arteezy going into the Radiance next.
Ooh, Fly, well, he's used to dying that much, but look at Matoma Man jumps behind him almost immediately.
No ulti on
He's going to try to run away.
No more leaps.
He does not have any leaps. He might just be dead here. He's trying to scare him. Will Miracle get it? No, Matoma Man will finish him, and that was such a nice play.
Is that Roche? It is. Look at them. Immediately. No hesitation.
Yeah, and Liquid, I mean, they have a 4-step.
No more leaps. Is that Roche? It is. Look at them. Immediately. No hesitation.
They have a 4-step. If he,
No buybacks.
They don't know he doesn't have buyback though, right? Aren't you? They're not scared apparently, which they shouldn't be. Well,
Alacrity.
and he's getting bashed. If you get bashed 2 or 3 more times,
Bug.
Nice.
be
The
in
bug
trouble.
takes the aggro. That's huge. Has
And
overpower in 7 seconds. That's when it'll die. So they have. That's how long EG has to get to this rogue pit.
Sumail,
Come
he's
Sumail.
looking.
Silence.
Oh, nice silence. It's only on crit Sumail. Is he actually to go in? This seems like such a
Bash.
crazy play. Fly on the backside, doing a ton of damage, but Mattel Man already picks it up. We're going to see the Cyclone come out. Sumail is just going to die right here. He is in no man's land. Fly, he's just dying as well, and it looks like this 4v5 commitment might be a 4 for 0 for Liquid as Crit takes a ton of damage as well. He will get healed up, saving him maybe one more hit. Mind control on the backside, no HP, but it doesn't matter. Here come the bugs. Will they put themselves on there? They sure will. Sunstrike, that's a kill, and a 4 for 0 plus Roshan. Did he even lose the Aegis? He did not.
Man, we talk about how one of the easy ways to lose games is to go try and defend a tower when the enemy team is already set up. Let's just call it objectives, because that Rosh is already dead. It's Wraith King Ursa.
S4,
EG.
Did S4 just get himself killed here? He did. He double leaped to take off Kroki's ulti and then just tried. That was it was a 5 for 0.
Yeah, and that's just good play from Liquid. They waited. They had so much patience. They let their tier 2 top go. It was good play from EG, but Liquid didn't make the mistake of walking into the area EG had total control of. They take an advantageous fight afterwards, get the Rosh, and EG makes the mistake of thinking they can contest, but man, they're too strong.
Yep.
The team fight of Liquid.
Yep. Which is what they've drafted quite a bit, right? Last game and this game, they always have the better team. Like Fly had a decent ulti in the back, but when you just have a decent ulti, it's Crystal Main and a Roche. Like, probably not the best Fly. Oh my lord. Almost just kills him full to 0. They're going to try to push a tier 1 right now, and they'll get it.
And we don't have time for the replay just because of how fast this game is moving, but
Basher on
the
Ursa.
silence on the Wisp and the Urn on the Tiny prevented them from getting into the pit before the Rosh died. And just GH Earth Spirit, man. No one else plays this hero, yet somehow he manages to make it viable.
And look at his mind control. He's moved from bottom to top lane. He's just taking a tier 2 by himself right now.
Dire's top tower is
And
under
doesn't look
attack.
like anyone wants to stop him. There's going to be a fight. Kroki is going to stun. Is he going to be able to get Ghost Strike? He gets the bash, but it won't be enough because he does get Ghost Strike. He's going to heal up a little. Oh, but if he stands there, he's going to die, and he sure does. He goes down. Kroki does die to Arteezy, but now are they going to get crit as well? They sure will. Matumba Man picks it up, and now they're looking for Sumail. Matumba Man, bash after bash. Miracle wants this kill, will get it. He's godlike, and now it is looking a lot worse for EG and a lot better for Liquid.
BSJ, you're just sitting there watching with like these crazy expressions on your face. What's going on?
Dude, it's
Just high-level Dota.
This is the reason why I love Dota. These games are the embodiment of what makes Dota such a beautiful game. Just watching the plays, like the decision making, everything's around objectives. It's so beautiful. The bounty runes, the Roche, like everything's so quick. There's no hesitations. Even just the skills on Earth Spirit. Earth Spirit's one of the most fun. It's the funnest heroes to watch. Like you watch Crit the other day completely take over a game on the 4 position Earth Spirit, like solo killing the cores, and you see in this game GH, it feels like this hero in the right hands is quite underrated right now.
And S4, he's just caught in no man's land.
Top lane.
He was pretty farm, but yeah, they're going to go in. They're just going to dive the base. Fly thought he was safe. He's like, I'm in my base. I'm going to do that now. It's only a 4K lead, but it feels so much more the map control by Liquid.
When you get to this part of the game, you have these 3 cores that can just play so aggressively around the map, and both supports, like, it's a 1+1. Any core, any support on a hero, that's a kill.
This is where Ursa thrives.
I love the Basher pickup too.
You usually see a Basher, but not this early. You'll sometimes see a BKB maybe first, but he first hit Bash Arteezy, and then he first hit Bash Crit as well in that IO, and well, what are you going to do? You don't want to toss him into your base. The rest of his team could be behind him, and you have an Aegis. Well, they're going to. He's just going to run away. Now Sumail's in a lot of trouble. Reaper Scythe will pick off the Aegis. Can Sumail get out of here? I think EG considers this a win if he does. Oh, Sunstrike, I believe. Lucky enough, overcharge, helping out a little bit. Now Matama Man's in a little bit of trouble. They're just attacking from the high ground. Starstorm will go
away.
out. They haven't killed him quite yet. GH with the save.
The toss is like,
oh, they get it though. Sumail picks him off with the toss, but now look at this. Arteezy in no man's land as well as Kuroki going down. He still had his ulti. See you later, Arteezy. Shrine's gonna get popped, so they're all gonna get farmed up. Here comes Miracle. 3-man deafening blast, stun toss combo. Miracle in a little bit of trouble. They have detection now. S4 gets the kill. That's a lot of gold. Ulti from Fly, and GH goes down. You just fought into a Shrine with an IO on the other team.
And if it weren't for that Shrine, though, that would have been absolutely insane. GH and Miracle hit 4 heroes with like 8 spells, but as you said, Wisp plus Shrine, that is a very difficult engagement. Hopefully we get a replay of that.
Look at I'm just looking at damage done on the recap. 20,000 damage by 22 minutes in.
It's so insanely smooth, though. Like, GH kicks Matamba Man away. It's the only reason he has even a prayer of living. He dies to the toss from Sumail, max range, 0.2 seconds away from getting the blink out.
Sumail and mind control. I don't think you can burst him down time, but look who else here. It's going to be Flying Crit. It won't matter. Matoma Man already killed
this
Sumail.
is the supports.
And they're in a lot of trouble too, yeah. Will anyone get out of here? Arteezy's here now. He's going to throw it out. Look at it's going to be GH out of nowhere. Every hero's just showing up. Look at even S4's here now, but he jumps into the bug. Can't get mind control. He does because the Maelstrom pot. But look at this Arteezy. He's going to go down. The Sunstrike instantly blows him up, and now S4 is going to die to Matamba Man, and the low cooldowns of Liquid come through again.
Unbelievable. 32-17 in just 23 minutes. And man, BSJ, you're so quiet. It's hilarious because no one can see you, but he's just like straight up staring at this game. He cannot look away. Yeah, here comes the team fight outside of the pit. Look at the kick away, and he's so close to living. You can see his HP, the toss,
the blink
just before the stun, and then they follow EG continuing to chase. They know there's an active Shrine here. Kuroki will give his life for the team, and Miracle GH, we see this do them all the time. They're 2-on-4. They do not give a damn. They go straight in, but in the time 2 minutes after this fight, you see EG get team wiped. It's still just a 3K lead for Liquid. Anyone can take this.
Miracle probably shouldn't have blinked uphill when the Shrine was active, though, right?
Probably not. Probably not.
He was going crazy. He's like, I've got Ursa, I've got me, let's go.
He's won a TI already. It's group stage. It's style points.
Do you realize how much fun we're having? Yeah. Imagine how much fun they're having. You gotta factor in the momentum. The momentum part of the game where he blinks uphill because he sees a 4-man deafening blast, and this game's been so exciting. I think they love playing Dota when you see these type of games. You know these teams, like, very rarely do they get the opportunity to play these games just as rare as we get to watch them. And Miracle getting to play a signature Invoker is such a pleasure to watch, and I feel that all these fights, it's just play after play after play. Smoke to top on Liquid, gets the haste rune on Ursa, has
find them all.
The overpower and blink in 3 seconds. Can they catch him? Get Sumail, has the ulti if he wants to bubble the damage, which he does, and Sumail goes down full to 0. That's why I love Ursa against these melee core strength heroes that rely on their innate tankiness, because that raw health doesn't matter when his extra attacks just do more damage.
Yep, and this is why Tiny, one of the most picked heroes at this event, but one of the lowest win rates. I feel like it's partly due that even though Sumail did do excellently in the mid lane, he's now 6th in net worth, and unfortunately I just don't see a way for him to come back into the game. You get the Blink Echo, you can get the Shadow Blade, but at this point his damage output does not increase.
GH and Miracle, they see something's up. Dust is going to get popped. It's on the Necro. Crit didn't get dusted. Will it be enough? He kicks over. Matamba kills Fly in the middle lane, but look at this. What a play by Miracle as well as GH. And Kuroki, he'll come and steal some of the shine, but another perfect play from Miracle and GH. Those two, quite the duo.
Yeah, and in the meantime, Matamba Man
owns Fly. Yep. And gets level 18, the level 3 ulti. Just more damage, right, BSJ?
Yeah. The thing about what I was mentioning in the draft is certain supports, you can't actually kill them even when you have Blink Basher, and even though these supports can defend themselves earlier on in the game, when you look at this Blink Basher timing on Ursa, and that's why he rushes it, he just kills anyone he wants on the map. Like, with a +1 he can kill a core, by himself he can kill a support.
Yep, and there you see it.
Look how much damage that is with just a Basher, and that's why that extra overpower hit that was given to him in the last patch, it's not just one extra hit. That hit is extra Fury Swipe damage. It's 210 damage.
Do you know how hard it is to roll in and land a kick in like that frame? I've played Earth Spear before. I don't know if you have BSJ.
I wouldn't want to watch.
I didn't do it again.
Yeah. But could Z-Freak do that?
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty
After
good.
some practice, GH
Yeah.
seems to have that just on autopilot.
We saw Crit doing it the other day, too. These are two of the best Earth Spirit players in the world in the same game, and we have the pleasure of watching one of them have the chance to play it, and they just go right back into the Roche pit, dies almost immediately. The minus armor as well. More importantly, this bug tanks the Roche, so he doesn't have the chance of getting bashed. And the Ursa is just so enabled by having this Aegis. Whether it's Cheese or it's Aegis, the Cheese is a little... He's got to be careful because the Cheese is nice, but against but against the Necrophos, it's a little scary because if you have half health, you need to pop it preemptively, and I expect nothing less than for him to do that.
If he commits, it's going to be BKB. Like, you can't afford to jump into a fight with no BKB in this sort of game. There's 5 heroes that have nasty spells, and you got to give Aegis to Miracle.
They know something's uphill. They're going to jump in. Matumman takes a lot of damage, but has the Cheese, and he will just get Spirit Vessel, try to heal on up, and the only one not here.
Just come stand next to him, Croaky. Yep. You got this. Just heal back up.
Mind Control's done such a good job of just playing in off lanes, safe lanes.
The Linken's is so cool. I guarantee Mind Control's going to be waiting and watching for that Reaper Scythe you just brought up. He's going to drop that Linken's as it's in cast range at least once this game. Now saves him.
It's a 9k. It was about 3k about 5 minutes ago, but Liquid has just taken over the game. They got Roche, and look at it. There you see the mountain growing. There's a BKB on Miran now, can pump out some damage, but it feels like she's just one whole item behind right now.
It's just it's a rough game for EG. As soon as they took those mid-game team fights and lost the Roshans, like, it's really that fight at Roche. It's most of the time in this meta, you're going to be losing games at Roche or at Towers.
Whoa.
That's the beauty of Ursa. You don't have to commit very hard.
Oh, here we go. Miracle's going to happen. 3 of them. We're going to see Sumail going on the back line. That's 4 gets his BKB up, but it's not going to matter. Miracle is just styling on him right now. That's going to be 3 quick kills. Arteezy's going to buy back. Looks like S4 wants to get GH, but you're not even going to get him. It's just a massacre by the Dire Shrine.
And just like the dinosaurs, a big-ass meteor renders all of Evil Geniuses extinct. Arteezy buys back, tips to Miracle. At this point, I don't know if you can come back from this one.
We were talking about how SEC, we just got a clinic today. SEC and Miracle just played 2 of the best Invokers we've seen in a long time.
And Quaswex on one of them and Exort on the other.
We got the sampler,
And this is why Ursa and Invoker synergize so well. Ursa initiates the fight, doesn't even have to deal the damage, just has to force them to react to his initial movement. And Invoker's not an initiator. He's a follow-up and, like, punish the poor positioning of EG, and that's only going to happen if EG's forced to react to something in the first place. And you saw, Matumman did no damage there. But his play allowed for Invoker to be set up to do everything that he just did, and it's so beautiful to watch it.
They're going to find one. Will they, though? Mind Control has ulti, goes back, gets all his life back. It's going to be GH on the backside, hits a nice one. Miracle as well with the combo. They get the Reaper side that doesn't do anything. Sumail is dead, no buyback. Arteezy with the dieback. S4 just going to run away, and now Liquid, they're going to get the game because it'll be GG called by EG, and Liquid is looking crispy as all can be right now. My goodness.
Man, of all the teams, you know, people give a lot of praise to Wings, but I feel like Wings was a great Dota team, don't get me wrong, but they have the benefit, much like Tupac and Biggie.
Yes.
They disbanded before we could see them at any other tournaments post-TI. Liquid was the best team in the world, bar none, at TI7. This entire year, they have worked hard, they have trained, and they have loved to play Dota, and this is like vintage Liquid right here.
The amalgamation of it all.
Miracle's certainly like the MVP of this game, right? He's playing it